flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, I thank you for each and every person here today, Father. I ask you, Lord, that you be with us today, Lord, that you guide us in our decision making, Father, that you lead us through this, please, Father. Lord, we love you. We thank you for your love, your grace, your mercy. It's in Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
All right, everybody had a chance to look over the agenda. I know we have 3 additions, 2 visitors to speak, and then, what's the third addition? I forget that.
5 minutes of executive session.
5 minutes for executive session for non-elected personnel. We'll do that at the end. There's no other additions, deletions. I need a motion and second to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Linda,
Second.
second by Justin. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Everybody had a chance to review the minutes from the previous meeting. Any corrections, additions, deletions? If not, any motion to approve in a second.
Same motion approved.
Motion by Ernie,
Second.
second by Linda. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Municipal court report. Any comments there? If not, any motion to approve in a second as well.
Motion approved.
Motion by Ernie, second by Justin. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Treasurer's reports. Discussion needs to be had here, or no?
I would like to just make one comment. I noticed that our interest rate on the 2 CDs that I questioned last meeting has went from 0.5% to 4%. So we thank Commerce Bank for that. And Crystal for updating. Other than that, I have a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Second.
Motion by Bob, second by Ernie to approve the treasurer's report. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. The warrant registry. There's no discussion, need a motion to approve the second.
I would make one comment. We had, Chuck and I quoted $9,400 from JCI on a pump repair. That ended up being $10,397 total with 2 invoices. The second one was the second service call to work on that valve. So
Right, yeah.
we ended up $10,397 total on that valve.
A lot better than the numbers we were hearing.
Well, I think there's another one on that. I think that was just the first time they were out. And they came, what was the last?
We should have another.
Yeah, when they came in, yeah, they were here for about 4 hours that day.
The day they screened the valve.
Yeah, they come in and open that other valve up.
So they must not invoice them quite.
No, they haven't yet. No.
That should be more of a service
They
call.
don't even have it ready yet. I don't know when they'll send it,
Okay.
I need a motion and a second on the warrant registry. There's no other discussion.
Motion.
Motion by Justin. Ernie, did you second that?
Yep.
Second by Ernie. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Caught up?
Yes.
All right, we will move into our visitors. First up, Kim Riddle with the city insurance renewal. There you go.
I'm supposed to be first. Okay, so we went back to the company today, tried to get some credits. So that top sheet that you guys have on your insurance, I'm kind of doing this for you. We got some credits to bring that premium back down a little bit. So it's not gonna be as much. I mean, it's, still higher. I'm sorry, passing. You said you would.
Yep. Thank you.
So that brings it down another 6,500 versus the 8,000 we thought it was gonna go up. The property coverage increased by about 17% overall. And keep in mind that, I say this every year, the company doesn't reevaluate buildings every year, they just increase them by a certain percentage. And sometimes it gets out of hand, so if you look through that list and you think something is just really outrageous, let me know, we can always have them reevaluate it. There's a few I kinda wanna look at, which is kind of ones that we've looked at in the past, which is the senior citizens building in the museum. I think they feel like they are nicer buildings than what they really are. So, but if you guys see anything you want me to take back to the company, just let me know. Oh, also on the dividend checks, they did change them to be calendar year, so instead of running from April to March, they're gonna run January through December. So I did find out today you guys are getting a dividend check for $10,440. So that should be coming soon.
You say 440, 10,000?
10,440 back on that. Couple of properties I wanted to kind of address. I don't know if you guys have talked about them and maybe you decided to keep them on the policy, but the library.
Right, you got 735,157, 89,141, right?
And I don't know if, you know, if you guys wanna keep it on the
Oh, that's
policy.
usually
or
right
if
online.
there's- Or if, it's at 405,000.
Right.
You know, it's not gonna make, in the grand scheme of $12 million coverage and property, taking off one that's 405,000 isn't gonna make a huge difference in premium.
Right.
But do you wanna continue to pay on something that, I don't know if it's condemned, you guys are tearing down, or what you guys are doing with it, but,
It's closed.
yeah. And also the swimming pool, that might be something else to think about too.
Would you have an estimate if we were to just drop those down to liability?
I don't off the top of my head, but I can.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
For the pool and the library.
Yeah, we can definitely get a quote on it. And then also, I had a call from Tony about, storm sirens, you guys have them damaged.
Yeah.
And since I've been there, we've never had storm sirens on the policy. I don't know if that's something you guys wanna consider adding, or, I don't know what it would cost to replace one if something happened.
But this all stems, the one out here in West End was struck by lightning, is what CDL believed. It is roughly, was it 1,500 roughly, Tony, for the repair?
That's what he estimated it at, yes.
I don't think that amount is gonna be worth worrying about.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would've been less than your deductible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim said the deductible was a lot more than that.
Right. And I just, whenever she got hold of me, I questioned if it was, you know, major damage, complete replacement, if
Right.
that cost would be worth considering, but, I don't think it's as inherent a risk as, you know, so.
Yeah. So that's really all I have as far as changes on the policy, so just any questions, or it renews April 1st, so I just need a decision by then.
Do you wanna see the adjusted, sheets on just doing those 2 buildings liability only compared to this? Or are we gonna go ahead and take action on this?
Well, we probably need to go ahead since we don't have another meeting.
Right, that's my question.
We could go ahead and renew, and then they can.
Approve the
just
renew
make
and then-
changes.
That's fine. If that's the case, there's no more discussion. If you don't have anything else, I'll just need a motion to approve
Make a motion to approve.
the motion by Ernie, second by Justin, for the insurance renewal to Bill Thompson Insurance Agency. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Right, next next visitor, David Stokesbury, I believe, want to
Yes, sir.
discuss new business.
Yes,
But you don't need, if you don't need, if you don't have to stand, you don't need to.
yes, our company, SMS Horse Products, has some interest in the building next door, putting in a sawmill,
In the old charcoal facility,
Yes, sir.
facility.
but we're still in a fact-finding stage, so there's still more questions than answers.
Okay.
So, the main question is, would the city be interested in having something like that?
I haven't saw him come to the area, and we can discuss that, I think, any business is good business, but, I mean, running a sawmill ain't really much different than what they had going when they had a charcoal plant there, just be a lot less black dust covering RVs over here now, but,
Well, we wouldn't be making charcoal.
yeah, there you go.
So is the charcoal plant is for sale then? Yeah,
No, at this point, we're looking at leasing it.
oh, okay.
But like I said, those conversations are fluid, so, like I said, Mr. Trotnick and I, we just sat down the last 4 or 5 hours, went through some of the basics of some of this.
Do y'all live in the area?
Originally, we were in Coffeyville, but, we have this facilities that we're working on in Tennessee. We make whiskey barrels.
So you're looking for oak?
Well, all kinds of oak, ash, walnut, but, we're looking at 50 jobs, or at least 50 employees, 10 salary, 4 counting.
Would you actually be assembling the barrels or just cutting the wood for
No,
it?
we wouldn't be making whiskey barrels here. We would have, this is a lumber mill, we'd be cutting, red oak lumber, white oak lumber. A lot of bur oak in this area. What white oak we find, we would ship east.
So it'd be trucked out of here?
The white oak, so, there's not a lot of white oak or whiskey barrels here. So,
Now, this is pecan country.
it always has been.
Does that make good barrels?
No. Sorry,
Just ask a question.
it's,
Yes.
it grows lots of pecans.
This year we know.
Any other discussion we need to have?
I'm all for the
I support it, yeah,
Absolutely.
if you can get all your conversations worked out and all everything taken care of there, yeah, absolutely reach back out to us, we thank you for trying to bring new business into town. And it's always a benefit having something like that come in, especially with 50 jobs, you know, that would open up. 'Cause I don't know how many of us before my time have really entering the workforce about the charcoal plant, how many jobs were, you know, tendered out there. But 50, that'd be a good thing to come into this town. So I appreciate you for, you know, bringing this, venture this way.
My family's from here, so.
Yeah. I appreciate it, thank you, is that all you have for us?
Yes, like I
Okay.
said, when we get a little closer, getting everything answered,
Okay.
I'll come before the city council.
Alright, yep, don't hesitate, if you have questions about, you know, programs that we have for new business here in town, call out here to the office, the gals will set you up with that information and maybe help the process along a little bit, so.
Are there any, grants for the county?
Through the county, I don't know, I don't believe we offer grants, but we have assistance programs for new business, I believe, as far as utility, breaks and stuff like that, for, yearly stature, but that's really all we offer, I believe. But, yeah, if you can get everything locked in as far as, getting the facility and move forward with bringing it to the area, absolutely reach back out, and we can look at some of the programs that we do offer as far as facility breaks.
And if you decide to do that, come in and talk to us, because there's 2 programs that are possible to be beneficial for you.
Well, I just thought it was proper not to just buy or come in and lease a building and start moving in equipment, not the city doesn't know what's going on.
It's always nice to have a heads up.
Amen.
Absolutely. Thank you again, sir.
Thank you.
Let's see. Next visitor, Cheryl Grissom.
Thank you for your time. We own the property at 314 Walnut, across the street from our home, and the sewer line has to be repaired. When Ty Curry, his kids were living in it, he repaired about, from the house out about just past the pecan tree there. There's the alley here and the big pecan tree. And so it's gotta be repaired on out. And we're gonna start the digging on Wednesday. And what we wanted to know is the hookup in the alley, or is it on our property?
You're talking about the tap into the main?
Yes,
I would think it would be.
Sewers are generally in the alley.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So we don't wanna go digging in the alley. That would be your responsibility, right?
The tap is, yes.
Okay,
But the line after the tap is the homeowners.
right, yeah.
Is that the alley that didn't we close an alley there for you? Is it that
No,
same
that's,
alley?
it's
It's the east-west
we
alley.
closed the north-south,
Yes.
right, yeah,
It's the
the east-west between us and the beauty salon there, right behind us.
And you got that pile burnt?
No, we do not.
Don't do it around
Rabbits-
there.
rabbits are good time.
Yeah. But that's why you wanted water turned on there, if I recall.
We did, but it just, between my husband working and the wind, it never worked out. So we're at a point of trying to decide, should we just haul it off or what? But we've been watching the wind now, and of course, there's no burning it with this stuff going on.
You know, we have the sewer contractor in town now, and he might be able to give you that tap.
Okay,
Yeah,
This is that subject we were discussing there, you know, new taps need.
need to add in their list of add in material. Yeah, the tap should be on our responsibility. The line up to it, we expose it, we put the tap, and then I believe your plumber, whoever you hire, tied it. Yeah, so we provide the tap into the
But BG was saying that up to a year past the
Yeah,
contract, they would come in and
and I don't know if it's still, it sounds like it still has a tap, but it may require a new, if it's already got damage there, we may have to put a new tap. Like he's saying, BG will come in and take care of that on our end. So whenever,
well, beyond what Ty has repaired is the clay
oh, yeah.
on there.
So yeah, when you have your plumber or whoever you're doing, expose it up to the tap, have a work order put in out here at the city office, and they can come in and dig up the tap and stuff.
Okay,
Or actually, right now, we might be able to just have BG do it. since
I don't know if they've blown the new liner in that sewer line there or not, but they've told us several times that while they're here, if it looks like a vacated tap, and now you wanna hook up to it, they're willing to do that for us, cause they've got a certain number that they're doing anyway.
Yeah, if they thought it was maybe not used, they just capped it so it didn't have groundwater coming in and flooding the sewer. So if they capped it already, they can put in a new tap and let you guys tie into it. If it's there and got a tap already, they can repair if it is busted on the tap side, city side, and that way you can mesh in together with your plumbing and have it all taken care of.
okay,
So yeah, just whenever you get to that point, come in, put a work order in, and they can have BG go and set a new tap or tie it in, and then if not, the city guys can.
okay. All right. I have one more question, if I may. The trailer on 114 North Ford, is there any way to have that condemned?
Do you know who's been taking the metal off the outside of it?
The wind.
Okay, so it's, nobody's there.
They're free labor, I think.
Yeah, it's been the wind, and this last windstorm, it's like high in there. Cause it's just really tore up, and the glass, the windows on that side are falling.
Yeah, we can take a look at that and maybe progress on demolition status for it, depending on what tax status and all that it's sitting into, ownership status as well. But we can take a look at that and maybe pursue something like that.
It had, back before December, it was on the auction list,
Okay,
but he caught it up before December 2nd.
that makes sense, yeah.
So I offered to buy it for what he owed on it, but he's stubborn.
Yeah, we can take a look at trying to get something done there. maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
But it sounds like he's done that once, he may be willing to try to keep it, and then we're kind of hands tied on something like that.
Well, my last conversation with him, when I discussed buying it for what was owed on it, he said, well, there's a trailer on it. I said, sir, it's uninhabitable. And then he commented about the garage, and I said, yes, I agree with you on the garage. The garage is in great shape. It's a nice building, but that trailer is just, I mean, the only thing inhabiting it is raccoons and cats and squirrels and that stuff. Okay,
All right, thank you.
thank you very much.
It's not on here, but Becky, did you want to address council before the spring clean? You got one?
Yes,
I know we've
yes,
got to discuss kind of streets you need closed off and what we need to approve.
yes. We had talked about, I believe it's Fifth Street in between Chestnut Park and,
The school.
Bill Aldinger's, and then that whole block there on the backside. One of my questions was, she just brought up, was that trailer house. When we have the car show, we're gonna have them come down by the bank and turn there, and that property does look absolutely horrible. I hate to have those vehicles come down past there. Is it possible to have that yard mowed, or can I go in and weed, or?
Well,
I don't think we can legally go on
Yeah,
the
not
property
that.
without sending.
yeah, there's certain dates that you have to allow notification and take care of that.
So your guys' hands are tied.
Yeah.
Can I?
I didn't see it here anywhere.
I mean, is there like liability or whatever? Anyways, it might happen at midnight or something, but anyways.
A lot of things happen after dark,
So you're just needing.
I didn't say that on film.
Now the easement and the ditches and all that stuff can be taken care of, and everything can be, make sure that it's cut back.
Well, you got weeds that are standing this tall. Yeah, and it's, I mean, I think last year, I think you guys maybe took, or somebody took a couple of swipes around the property, but then you have the tall weeds, everything else is died, but then you have the dead weeds that are,
Well, I think
As
that
tall
we
as
had
me.
planted bamboo back in there too, and
yeah.
that crap don't go away.
So, I mean, it really does look hideous, I hate it.
I was gonna say, Becky, if you go on that property, I'd be real careful, because last time I was there, there's a huge hole that with those weeds, you're not going to see.
That's what happened to the last mower.
Do what?
That's what happened to the last mower.
I was gonna say, I know there's a huge hole there, and I just don't want you
Okay.
hurt.
Okay. Well, anyways, back to the streets being blocked up. Those were the ones that we had talked about, the alleyway there. So we're gonna wrap the cars around from, the side that Bill Aldinger's is on, and wrap it around the Wood Air building there by the school. The post office alleyway thing there, would that be able to be blocked off?
On the, you're talking on the east-west, behind like the Wood Air building and then the Main Street buildings?
No.
Or you're talking north-south?
Right there in front of the gymnasium.
Oh, you're talking, the street, not
Yes,
the.
yeah, by is it Mildred Blackledge that lives
Yeah.
there? That right
It'd be
there.
Walnut Street from that alley behind the post office to the east to Fifth Street.
We just didn't want cars coming through there and then the road being blocked
Yeah.
and then not being able to get out.
What about fire access?
On.
The one way running north and south out of the post office.
Oh, the one way running north and south?
I think that's what she's wanting to block that out.
That usually doesn't affect much of anything, usually we just shut off east and west roads for fire. We've got enough LVH if we need anything like that, we can run two city blocks, so.
I just didn't want somebody coming straight through there
Being right in the middle of everything.
and that road being blocked and them not being able to get out is the only thing I was concerned about, so. Cause there'll be a lot of traffic in that area with the road being closed, kids and everything. I just didn't want anything like that to happen, so. But other than that, I mean, I don't really have anything more. I think we're gonna have a good turnout. I've had some really good feedback. I'm super excited about it. So, and everybody that has volunteered to help has been amazing, and we appreciate you guys, and so.
So you're needing Maple to Walnut on 5th blocked off, and then are you also needing Walnut from 6th to 5th? I'm just gonna make sure I'm hearing you right.
From,
Just the alley.
where the bus barn's at
Okay, so you need
to,
4th to 6th on Walnut.
yes.
Okay.
And you're wanting the north-south barricaded so they can't get down the one way. Can we
We
put a
should
barricade up?
be able to do it right there on the southwest corner of the Woodbury building, block off that north section, that leaves a left turn right there they can get out.
By the
To the old AT&T building, yeah.
Becky, did you notice that we upgraded the electric pole?
Yes, and we really appreciate that. Thank you very much. We were actually going to move them to the gymnasium, and then, I believe Crystal messaged me and told me you guys had upgraded it, so that's great. We're be able to have the food trucks, both of them right there, because one of them was needing a 30 amp, so.
I think that one is a 50 amp double throw, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So we're really excited about that. We really do appreciate it, so.
It might be easier to have Miles get with Becky when it comes closer to figure out where he wants your roadblocks at and kind of walk him around, and we can set the stuff out there in advance, that way the morning of or whatever, we
Yeah.
can go.
Set it out that Friday afternoon off to the side, and then that morning
Yeah.
you set it up.
And I was gonna ask about that, if you guys just set them out, if we could just,
That's how they used to do it back in the day when we had the old spring fling parade uptown.
Yeah.
They'd set them out and then just set them up the morning of. So
yeah.
that's what we ought to do, and we'll talk to Miles about that. That shouldn't be a problem. So if you don't need anything else for us, we just need to make a motion on closing these roads. So, that correct? Okay. I'll ask for a motion and a second to approve closure of Maple to Walnut on 5th, 4th to 6th on Walnut, and the north half of the alley between Woodbury Building and Mildred Blackledge going to Walnut Street on March 29th.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Brenda, second by Justin. All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
Thank you guys very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Becky. You're doing something really good for this town.
You'll need to block off that alley going on to Fifth Street too, right?
Oh, behind the,
Going between the
yeah, you
Woodbury.
probably don't want anybody coming to the east off of turning right out of the post
Because
office.
somebody's liable to turn there, and so we need to block off
Oh,
those.
yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
think about that, yeah.
So I'll add that into, and we'll go ahead and take a second.
Are you guys gonna wanna block the alley then, there by the bank, so that?
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
I'm just thinking that's behind ours, but I wouldn't want people there either.
East,
From the bank to,
like, behind,
There by Chestnut Park, from the bank to, yeah.
Hotline building, comes across through there to the
yeah,
west.
probably, cause the food trucks will be there.
Alright, I'm gonna add those in.
I'm asking a lot, aren't I?
No, it's alright. Alright, so, deal with the previous motion. Maple to Walnut on 5th, 4th to 6th on Walnut, north half of the alley from Woodbury to Walnut, and then the east half of the alley from the post office behind the Woodbury to 5th, and then the west half of the alley from the bank to 5th. All in favor, or need a motion?
Yeah.
Second. Motion by Brandon, second by Justin, all in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Alright, there we go.
Thank you.
Yep. No, it's right up here, I ain't gonna forget. Alright, that is all for visitors. We'll move into the employees and council. Mike, Tyler's not here. scratch that out. Crystal, do you have anything?
Yes. I had a resident come in and wanna know if they could cut up the tree that's down in Easterly Park for firewood, if we would allow that.
Somebody was already.
Yeah, I think it was in the process of falling, someone's already cutting off the other day. I shut them down that night, just in case there was any incurred risk by the city. Personally, I don't care, but it's free firewood.
Can they sign a waiver to do it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say, if they can sign liability waiver.
Yeah.
Just so they don't cut themselves and be like, oh.
It's on the city, okay. So they have some type of waiver that's on them. Only other thing I have is, so far we've had 31 people come in and get their ATV golf cart permits, so we're out of red on buying our new plates and decals.
You're good.
And that's all I had.
Alright, thank you, Crystal. Patty, she here? No, Patty, okay. Well, let's see here, Assistant City Clerk, I think that's still Amy for now?
I don't have any.
Do anything, okay. Tony, you have anything?
No.
Okay. Shane, what about you, sir?
I'm not even there.
Nothing, okay, thank you. Travis, you representing the police force, do you have anything? Nope. Is Miles here? Okay. Man, make it easy. Well, what I was gonna bring up is kind of already been touched on, by Kim earlier about the storm siren. Tony got a hold of me, said that she was notified by a resident when they did the last test. The storm siren in the west end did not work or function properly. We had CDL come out to give us a quote on repair. They said it looked like it was struck by lightning. Ironic, but anyway. It was roughly $1,500 of damage. I went ahead and approved it, the storm season coming on, just to make sure we don't have any public safety issues. And to my knowledge, they do have it fixed now, Tony?
I haven't heard back from him. He had emailed me and asked me for Miles's phone number. Do you know if he contacted Miles? His name was Kirk, but I don't know what his last name. So I don't think it's been.
Okay, I must have misunderstood what I was relaying, that's fine. Just as long as they are making progress on it.
I know Friday he emailed me and asked me what Miles's phone number was.
Okay. No, it sounds like they got a plan on it and they're working it, so that's fine. Speaking along those same terms, we had a little bit of a rare wind event come through last Friday, and I do apologize for the residents that were without power for an extended time, but it was not safe for the company we have, ICR, to go up and repair it. But they got it repaired in a pretty good timely fashion, even though the wind kept blowing. We came out of that a lot better than what was suspected. A lot better than the areas around us, for dang sure. I know I've seen several videos of trampolines flying and power lines in Miami and all that kind of stuff, so I think we did pretty good. Good reporting system, good execution on getting it fixed. I do appreciate everybody involved in that. Other than that, I don't have anything. We'll start with the council. Bob, do you have anything?
Well, I had a second thought after the meeting last time, Mayor, about the museum and the jail. And I don't, Barb, were you gonna talk about that, or
Well,
an update maybe?
we kind of decided that we wanted to not put it on the east end of the building, but that would just be with, Llewellyn, you know, cause, there's already a concrete pad there where the swing sets, right by the front door.
Right there on the north side,
Yes.
middle of the building, yeah.
And the dead tree.
Mm-hmm.
And so we wanted to extend that pad on out from there and put the jail there instead of on the east end of the building. The Darnells came in today while we were having our meeting, and if that jail was put down there at the end of the building, they would have no,
Takes their view away all the way from Main
all the
Street.
way.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
my point to bring it up, so
Right.
I'm glad you know.
And so, that's when we
Was that yours
decided.
too?
No, I was fine with that.
Wrong Mayor.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah.
He called, my father called me in the middle of all the power outage the other day to complain about that. He got not such a nice reply from me.
I heard from him Saturday, I heard from your mom this morning, and I Rick came in today.
I told him that he needed to file an official complaint if he wanted that.
Well, maybe you can to the meeting and, you know, so, hey,
So
that got us thinking about.
Okay.
Really,
You just got me thinking a little bit on the dead trees. That's something we wanna look at trying to get out of there?
yeah, please.
Okay.
If we lost a big limb.
Well, that's what I was wondering, if it didn't start
Yeah,
causing more issues.
yeah.
That would probably have to come out of the museum budget, wouldn't it? As far as that's concerned, like, just like the cemetery, El Paso here, the cemetery, we took out 9 trees, I think, last week. And that comes out of cemetery budget, but, they were all dead trees, causing issues on, you know, gravestones. I think that'd be a similar thing. If we need to, we can put out for bids and see what we.
I thought the city owned the cemetery, or the,
Okay. I bet it
Museum.
does need to come down.
Yeah,
It's pretty dangerous right there.
do we wanna make,
In the interest of transparency, after the meeting last week, I thought, and maybe we need to look at this too. Even though the city owns that property, we didn't ask for a building permit
my question that thing too.
like we do everybody else.
Yeah.
Where it would have been brought up, do the neighbors have a concern with us putting the jail there? So I knocked on your mom and dad's door, and I started that ball rolling, so I'm guilty.
That's okay, cause I think we all agree.
It lost a big limb though during the storm, which wasn't there on the pictures I showed last time, so. We probably need to evaluate whether the tree needs to be totally taken out or not, but, it definitely needs the city to get over there and pick that limb up, because it's gonna have to need a chainsaw.
Bob, did you notice how many dead trees are in town? I had an arborist come in, my son-in-law, he just gotta take a test to become one, but he brought the gal that he uses over from Joplin, and there's a disease in all these oak trees in there, and he said it'll end up wiping all the oak trees in town out, all of them. And the only way to get rid of it is cut the trees down, and you gotta remove them, get them clear out of town. It's a fungus, and I can't tell
It's
you.
not like Dutch Elm's disease, I believe.
Yeah, no, it's not Dutch elm, it's real.
Well, it's not the same,
Yeah,
it's similar to
the
how
same
it's
thing,
acting,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's gonna kill every oak tree in town. She said this town is really bad. Over in Missouri, they run into stuff like this. They bring crews in there and get them out of there because you try to save all the oak trees that are left. And if you drive up and down there, it's unreal.
Well, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but now I'm going. Out at the cemetery this week, these 8 or 9 trees the mayor's referring to that were taken down, Bill gave me a cut out of one of the limbs, and I've got it in my truck. There is some kind of boring beetle that starts making a circle all the way around the tree, and that's what's killing it because it cuts the lifeline. And he said that is probably going to affect all the trees out there. And this one was a hickory tree.
Yeah, hickories and pecans, they the same thing, that same boring beetle gets in them and just kills them.
So we're gonna run out of money fast. Point being.
Yeah, I wonder if the state or anybody has anything in the programs. I know they have them in Missouri that would pay for it, that you get a grant that would help to take all of them out.
Yeah. It's like the nuisance, what was it, cedar trees that they pay to remove.
Yeah.
That's something we want to approach to get now with the museum, is at least for now evaluating what we need to do to get that tree out, all or.
Well, and nobody else is here that I discussed this with, but there's also a tree there on the corner of, I think across the street from Cheryl there on Sue Henry's property.
Yeah.
That thing is 100 foot tall, I think, but it dropped a limb out of it this big.
Oh, it's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that disease, it's got that,
And I believe it's on city property.
yes.
Or is the museum still opening, April 1?
Yes.
So we need to look at that.
Beforehand.
We've got a couple of weeks before it opens up.
Do we want to make a motion for that for bids on that tree, on the museum?
Make a motion for that, yeah, to remove the tree.
Motion by Justin, second by,
Second.
Chuck, to seek bids on tree removal at the museum for the large dead tree on the front, drive and slab. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried.
So as far as the slab goes, that we're gonna have.
Yeah, sorry, we kind of went off on
Okay,
that.
that's okay, that's okay, but it's still okay that we pour a slab for this jail. The museum was going to pay for it.
We just need to locate the utilities.
Yeah, it just, and then, like I said, make sure everybody's happy with this location, right?
Right. Okay.
You don't have a neighbor across the street.
Right.
Whenever it gets flagged, we'll come out, we'll send the city out to locate it.
Okay.
Should be good.
Okay, great.
Phil, did you volunteer to do the concrete work with Dwayne? And
No, that's not my, Dwayne probably can do it. He's a cement guy, I'm not a cement guy.
I heard you're a pretty good ramp builder though. Into
You
the
can
wall.
leave on a shovel, can't you?
And what, since you mentioned that, Bill does have a little something to say about that.
You know, boat ramps is what last year the city spent quite a bit of money on cement to fix the boat ramps. And then there was 5 or 6 of us guys that done the work to fix it so people could get in and out.
Right.
And then like a week ago, last Sunday, there was 2 guys that put their boat in to go up Levette Creek looking for that guy that's missing. Well, they had to back through 10 or 12 inches of silt just to get their boat.
Oh, after the water receded.
Yeah. So I was trying to see if the city would, when the river starts falling, if
Yeah,
they
we in the
start.
past, we took a fire truck down there and blasted that silt off of there.
Yeah, if, a couple of times as that river's falling, if they take a tractor down there and clean that silt off, cause it gets so bad you can't hardly get in and out. So,
Yeah, that's nothing new, we've done it in the past. There's no reason
yeah,
why.
years ago, the fire department used to go down there and wash it off.
What you said.
Yeah,
So that's not a problem, we just
I'd like to see them get back to do
contact the
it.
right people and they make it happen.
Right.
Is that all you guys have for the museum?
When you're ready, let us know.
Bob, you got anything else?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Linda?
No, I was just gonna bring up the trailer house that everybody did, so.
Okay, alright. Justin, you got anything?
Yeah, I have a few purchase requests for the fire department. I'll just pass these around right here. There's a few things here. We had a pretty busy winter on structure fires. And our thermal imager on our main truck 7 is 25 years plus old. It's ancient. Oswego started using these little handheld thermals, and they are very handy. They made me feel better about putting someone in a burning house right there, because you can just latch onto them. You know what hits the fan or anything like that, they have visual, or if we're going into search and rescue and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's way better than just the sweep method, we actually have a visual on it. They are $6.99 a piece. I'd like to purchase one for each truck. I've got the total on everything written in there.
1720.
Yeah, for everything.
Right.
That's a few other things I got on there, but, like I said, they're very handy. We've fought a lot of structures with Oswego and used those, and it's nice when we gotta get to attics or anything like that.
And you're wanting to use the firefighting equipment fund for that?
Yes.
Okay. So you get out of general fund.
Yeah. Couple of smaller things, some storage wrenches for our big LDH hose. When it gets cold and stuff like that, they're loaded to put back on unless you have proper wrenches. And some fire wrap to go on pipe poles. Like I said, the structure fires we had during the winter, you could get a big long skinny pipe pole and you try to tear stuff apart. It's tough to hang on stuff. It's just all that combined right there.
Did you see it?
A lot of amounts, so those are just a few things I'd like to purchase fire department wise.
So your total is looking at roughly 1,722.66?
Yeah, I think so. Some of it it's from 3 different locations. I don't think they pay shipping on any of it. Of course, it's going to be tax exempt, so that should be right there or close to.
I make a motion to let him.
Motion by Linda, second by Brenda to approve the purchase of the 2 FLIRs, storage trenches, and fire rep pipe poles, with Justin abstaining. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
And you want that paid out of
Firefighting equipment, yes, that's what he said.
Thank you, and that's it.
Okay, thank you. Chuck, you got anything, sir?
Nope.
Okay, Brenda, anything, Ernie?
Just that jail thing, had to come by.
All right. Nothing else, we'll move into old business here now. Employee appointments, oh gosh, my days run together. We approved Jeffrey Arthur to the new public works position, and I believe last meeting, Miles Adams was moved to city supervisor. I would like to appoint those two gentlemen to those respective roles. I need a motion and second to approve my appointments.
Make a motion.
Motion by Ernie, second by Bob, all in favor? All opposed, motion carried. Next item, oh, sorry, you ready?
Yep.
Spring cleanup day. Any discussion ideas here about when we wanna try to do this? I know,
Tony said something last time when she talked about it, she had it narrowed down, didn't it? 2 weeks, like, was it 2 weeks or a week and a half?
We usually go on 2 weekends.
2 weekends.
I just need to make sure that they've got a roll-off available, that's why I wanted to go ahead and get it scheduled.
We could use the mayor's roll
well, I called him a week and a half ago to come get it, and it's still there. Just don't go over whatever tonnage, so I don't pay more.
Week from March 30th to April 5th, I mean,
That's
That's
2
close.
weekends a
That's-
week. Well, it'd probably be that Friday, that 29th. Sorry, what day am I, not wrong. 28th.
Can we not do it on the spring?
That's what I was gonna say, we don't wanna coincide it there.
Yeah, that's what,
So I would say
don't have much stuff piled up there,
Right,
April
maybe push it back a
through the
week.
15th.
Maybe we could take on the over to that.
You wanna move it ahead so it's all cleaned up for?
Yeah.
You wanna move it ahead so it's all cleaned up?
You're not gonna be able to do that.
No.
21st. Well, that 20th is Easter. We go 2 weekends before, that way a good cleanup can be done for Easter holiday. So maybe April 4th through the 14th. I'm fine with that, if everybody wants to make a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Brenda, second by Ernie, to set the spring cleaning date and purchase a roll-off rental for spring cleanup, April 4th through Monday, April 14th. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Spread the word on that too.
We know where the trailer is.
All right, junk vehicle update.
I've written more tickets. I believe all the letters have been delivered.
Okay.
I talked to a few people who the vehicles were, it's too wet to try to move them, or they asked us for a little bit of a grace period so they could get something finished. I told them that was fine, but at some point, I'd have to come back and write a ticket if it wasn't taken care of.
Okay. It sounds like we're making positive progress on that. I do appreciate your labor to do that. Hopefully we can get some of these out of, outside of mine, vehicles getting out of me, so. Thank you. Any more discussion there, anybody needs?
Keep at it. Thank you.
Alrighty,
Oh, I will tell you, I have a conversation that we had the other day about, people living in houses without utilities. Letters were given out today, so.
Does that include the 701 enrollment?
So we don't know who's.
Oh, no, that's not, that one's not included.
Okay, but you're aware of it?
Well, last time I knew the guy that lived there was Sam, I can't remember Sam's last name, but his mom's name was Edna, and I don't even know where Sam's at. I know at some point he was allowing people to stay there, but I haven't heard or talked to Sam in a long time, because he bought it from the Moses.
still in their name,
Is it?
so it's not been,
Okay.
the deed's not been processed, but point being, it's against city code not to be hooked up to water.
No, I agree.
You know, and the thing is, right now, we've got BG on the hook for taps and stuff.
Okay.
I'm not convinced that that's an open-ended agreement, that they will keep coming back like they have said to hook people up that currently aren't. We don't know whether these addresses had taps. They may have bypassed them when they did, you know, the video, because they're not in use now.
Well, Christie, could you get one for that and just make it out that, I guess if Dusty Moses is still the name on it, we can mail it to Dusty.
Because it does have an Oswego address, mailing address on the website.
I haven't seen a vehicle there in a while, but that's not saying that somebody's not walking in and out.
Well, I believe somebody has identified people being there, so.
Well, I'm not disagreeing that people aren't there, I'm just saying I haven't seen a vehicle there in a while.
So you're gonna get a letter formulated and send to the address on file, see if
Yeah.
we can get some progress, okay.
That would.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, mowing position applications. I believe Amy said we have one,
John Bradshaw.
alright. I believe he was our city man last summer, spring, summer, fall.
The last 2 years, isn't
2, yeah, maybe.
it?
Did anybody ever get any kind of feedback on job performance from past years?
I know we were kind of, shortcoming last year with losing our mailing, or our mowing list for addresses whenever the computer got hit by lightning, and that kind of set us back on that. Now that we have a better list built going forward, we should be able to get on top of these properties better, to give him a better advantage to do his job. If we approve
I'd like to table this
till the April meeting, first April meeting.
and talk, if we can.
Is that a motion to table it?
Yes, sir.
Got a motion by Bob to table the mowing possession application,
Second.
second by Ernie. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Moving on, overhead door bid spec, I believe this is on from a couple meetings ago, the south door of the fire department complex.
Was that?
This is just a spec update, remove existing operator on South Bay overhead door, 10x10 door, install JVC 751BMC lift, master maximum and program. So those are the specs we need, so I need a motion and a
That's
second.
just basically the operators that we had in there become obsolete. And this is the new model, it fits the frequency of all the operators and stuff like that, they've just changed, it's
Make a motion.
basically the same.
We got a motion by Ernie, second by Chuck to put out for bids to replace the overhead door on the south end of the fire department complex. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Alright, new business. We got a building permit from Josh Clark. I know he was here at the last meeting. Did you get a chance to look at this, Justin?
Yeah, I talked to him after the last meeting and stuff like that, which he just basically took out the building.
Yeah.
I think Chuck, you talked to him, didn't you, about kind of putting the one building into the bank?
Yeah.
I know he made a pretty good presentation at the last meeting, when he put this paperwork in, works.
The building permit needs to be read so that anybody, if there's anybody here to,
Okay, alright. The address is 610 Maple Street, Chetopa, Kansas 67236. His type of construction is to move in a 10x12 tough shed, complete package building, 120 square foot. He's wanting to locate it in the west side, on the west side, in the front of the automatic bay of the current car wash. Estimated cost $5,800. Legal description of the property is the car wash west lot area where they would be delivered, complete package, and used for storage and placed there.
He may not be putting that in. that automatic car wash, the concrete was so bad, he may be just gonna block that in. He'll come back around, but he may gonna block that in, move everything inside that automatic car wash.
And keep this separate.
And he may not even put that in at all, he'll put the washer and dryer in there, and the dog wash and stuff in there, because he'd have to dig that whole thing out, redo that whole thing. It never had any steel in it or nothing, it's so busted up, you can't use it, so. He's gonna leave all the automatic stuff there, he's just gonna hide it.
Yeah. But, I mean, for the meantime, if you don't plan on doing that, we wanna go ahead and look at approving this.
Yeah, I would say so, he could withdraw it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, in that case, with, Justin abstaining, any discussion need to be had on this building permit? If not, need a motion to approve. The second.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Motion by Brenda, second by Ernie to approve the building permit for Josh Clark to move in a 10-12 tough shed building at 610 Maple Street, the little car wash. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Yep. And with that, as soon as that will move in, need a motion to go into executive session. Personnel for 5 minutes. What was that, Bob?
I mean, the council and Amy, attorney, and
Me.
yeah.
So, need a motion to enter, executive session with the council, mayor, assistant clerk, and Shane. Motion by Brenda, second by Ernie. Last in your hand is, to enter executive session. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried.
And you said assist, I mean, assist.